Hello and welcome to another installment of Conspirator Box Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of April 22nd, 2015. So, yeah. I will first off say that I am really behind in my reading. I still have stuff from a couple weeks ago to read. I still have stuff from last week to read. I've been busy lately with just the sale at the shop. Not this past weekend, the weekend before, and then Big Wow comic book convention was really awesome this past weekend. Hopefully I can give you guys a little video on my experience with the convention this year and stuff like that. But for now, I got to get through the pull list. It's really late and I need to get to bed. So first up, we have Convergence number 3. I haven't actually read issue 2, so I'm not sure what's going on with Convergence. I have read some of the tie-in issues from previous weeks, and some of them are okay, some of them aren't so good. I think it's really going to be up to you who you like, who you want to check out. I do recommend checking out some of the Convergence tie-ins because it's pretty interesting to see what's going on, not just in Convergence, but in the everything else around it. But Convergence 3 is out. Next up is my pick of the week at the shop, because it's the Convergence Batman and the Outsiders. Oh yeah! Looking really looking forward to reading this. I haven't had an Outsiders book in a while, and this is the classic team from when they first came out, so we will see how well this one does, but I'm really looking forward to Batman and the Outsiders, the Convergence. Next up, another Convergence title. We have Convergence The Flash. This looks like The Flash from, I think, like the 80s, 90s, so we'll see what happens in this one. But again, I don't know until I try it. Another Convergence title on my pull list is Convergence Justice League of America. This looks like the Justice League from way back in the day, so I'm curious to see what that entails. It's got some interesting characters in the lineup. I believe this was like the 80s is when this team was stomping around. So yeah, looking forward to that. Next up, we have Convergence Swamp Thing. Looks like the Swamp Thing from Swamp Thing's popularity, which was the Alan Moore stuff. Really curious to see their take on Swamp Thing and what's going on with Convergence and who he has to go up against. So yeah, but Swamp Thing Convergence, or Convergence Swamp Thing, number 1 of 2. They're all ones of 2s. Next up is Divinity number 3. We actually got our copies in. I have not read issue 2, so hopefully it's still enjoyable. But I enjoyed the first issue enough to want to check it out. So we'll see. Once I get caught up, I'll let you guys know if I'm going to keep reading this. Next up is a book that's not for me, but for my fiance, Callie. Edward Scissorhands number 7. Regular cover and the sub variant, because I got to get her both. So yeah. I'm reading it. It's okay. Not the best book out there, but I can see the appeal for certain people who really like Edward Scissorhands. So yeah. But if you like Edward Scissorhands, I suggest checking it out. Hopefully they'll release I think they've released the trade of the first stuff. I'm not sure. But I'm waiting on that hardcover if they do release it. Next up is a Valiant title, Imperium number 3. I've really been enjoying Imperium, so I'm looking forward to seeing what else Valiant has in store with us with this title. Another Valiant title up, Ivar Time Walker. I've been enjoying this for the most part. It hasn't really done too much in the first 3 issues, but hopefully it picks up some speed and gets a little bit more of a story out. But for the most part, it is enjoyable enough, and I am going to keep picking it up. Next up is Lazarus number 16, Greg Rucka's Image book. I've enjoyed Lazarus. It's been a good title. It's a really slow burn, so I can understand people not necessarily wanting to get it every month or every other month it comes out. But really good stuff by Rucka, and I do recommend this highly. So if you get a chance, check out Lazarus. Next up is an awesome title that I love a lot, Manifest Destiny number 14. We don't actually get any shelf copies anymore at the shop for this. It's not really too many people I don't really think know about this book, but it's a really, really solid title. I highly recommend, if you want to give something a shot, give Manifest Destiny a shot. It's just really, really that good. 2 trades are out, I believe, for so you can check this out, but it is really, really good. The next up on the post is Ninjax number 2. I enjoyed Ninjax number 1, so I'm getting Ninjax number 2. So, Valiant struggled a little bit this past year in keeping my interest with the books, but there have been some really, really solid titles overall. I'm not necessarily completely behind the entire line anymore, but I do enjoy Ninjax. It is a good series so far. The next up is a book that might not necessarily be out all the time, but is awesome that it finally is out, which is Velvet number 10. This is Brubaker and Epting's female spy book. Really, really fun stuff. I really, really enjoy it. It's not coming out on a very consistent basis, but it is a really solid book, and I highly recommend if you liked Brubaker's Daredevil or Brubaker's Cap, or Epting's Daredevil, Epting's Cap, get this and check it out. It's a solid, solid book. So that's it for my poll list, the titles that I bought to bring home for my collection. I did get 2 variants this week. The first one was Tony Daniels' variant for Convergence number 3. I've just been really enjoying Tony Daniels' artwork. A lot of times the cover on Tony Daniels is a lot better than the main cover. But yeah, again, Convergence 3, Tony Daniel variant. It's out there if you want to check it out. And then, of course, I had to get the Batman and the Outsiders Convergence Chip Kid cover. So, yeah. I was going to get the Swamp Thing, but I decided not to, partially because the copies we had weren't that great. But I kind of feel like Ryan is, like, I'm not too big on those variants, those Kid variants. They're not the best. They're kind of just bland. Ryan has kind of cut the ordering on them, so yeah. So if you do like those covers, make sure to let your shop know so that they can actually keep ordering them, because if they're not really selling, then there's no incentive for them to get them for the shop. Alright, next up we have, I've actually got some graphic novels this week, so I'm sorry if I'm a little off. I picked up something for my daughter, Hattie, that came out today. It's a little kind of just kids book. It's My First Book of Girl Power. It's just a cardboard book, little story reading book. Thought it was pretty cool, so decided to pick this up for my daughter. But My First Book of Power, Girl Power. It looks like they have some other ones. It looks like they have My First Wonder Woman, My First Batman, My First Superman, My First Book of Supervillains, Colors and Shapes, Busy Bodies, Opposites, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. So I'm really curious to see if Ryan orders any more of these, since I grabbed one, and hopefully somebody else grabs the other copy that we had there. But doesn't hurt. It's my little one, and it's reading. It's awesome. The next up is a hardcover that I've actually been looking forward to getting in and picking up, because I haven't actually finished reading this series, and I'm really, really curious to see how it ends. But it was a really, really solid book. I didn't pick it up in single issues, but I was trying to keep up with it, but I didn't get a chance to. And that was Wild Blue Yonder. Just a really, really solid title. Art's amazing on this book. I can't recommend it high enough. It is on my blog this week as the Amazon ad on the little side of the list. So if you were like, oh, cool, Wild Blue Yonder, go ahead and click that link, buy it, and you'll help me out a little bit. But check it out. It's a really, really solid title. I highly, highly recommend it, and it's good, just kind of good overall story. So yeah, and it's a nice hardcover. It is $30 for the hardcover, but of course if you buy it on Amazon, it's cheaper, which you can do if you want. So that's the graphic novels that I picked up. So on to the wonderful read list. These are the titles I'm reading to stay caught up on just a whole bunch of stuff. So first up, Amazing Spider-Man 17.1. This is Spiral Part 2. 16 had a 16.1, and that was Spiral Part 1. Apparently, Spider-Man has to spin out a .1 with almost every issue that comes out, because they can't release it twice a month or 3 times a month like they used. I don't know. We'll see. The first Spiral wasn't that bad, so who knows. Next up, we have Convergence: Adventures of Superman. I have been very disappointed with the event of the Superman family Convergence books. They have not been that great, almost downright bad. So hopefully this one is a little bit redeeming, but we'll see. Next up, we have Convergence: The Green Lantern Corps. Curious to see what takes place with the Green Lantern Corps. Oh, excuse me. Take that shot. Oh, take a long one. That was a long one. Looks like we got Guy Gardner back in action and some Mosaic action going on, all that stuff. So, but the Green Lantern Corps, check it out. Next up, we have Convergence Hawkman. Curious to see what iteration of Hawkman this is, and if it's actually any interesting at all. But we'll see. A lot of people really like this one. This is Wolfman's Convergence New Teen Titans. The art looks amazing on this. It kind of brings a modernist look to the old New Teen Titans book. So we'll see. Geez, you're going to take another one. You're going to be drunk by the end of this thing. So yeah, Convergence New Teen Titans. Then we have Convergence Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. See if I get through this one. Who's writing us some more? I don't know that guy. So, yeah. If you like Legion, check it out. If you like Superboy, check it out. If you just want to read a book with a whole bunch of people in it, check it out. Then next up we have Convergence Wonder Woman. I'm not sure when this is supposed to take place with Wonder Woman. If it's the old stuff due to the font of Wonder Woman, or if it's kind of the stuff that was out towards like 200s. Excuse me, jeez, you're gonna drink a lot. In the 200s from the last iteration, not the early stuff, but who knows, we'll see. Checking that one out. Next up is a book that I picked up just because I'm curious to see if it's something that you can just kind of jump into to see if you're interested in it. There's been prior stuff published from this guy from Mark Waid about this, and that's Empire Uprising. Empire, I think the trade's available, but for the earlier stuff. But I'm curious to see if you could kind of jump in to Empire with this new issue. So we'll see. But Empire Uprising #1. I've been curious about reading it. I've heard good stuff about Empire. Next up, we have Guardians of the Galaxy #26. If you notice, there is nothing on this thing that is plastered saying Black Vortex. So if you are reading Black Vortex, make sure you pick up the next book first and read it, and then read this book, because apparently they survived the Black Vortex. I don't know. The next book is Guardians of the Galaxy and the X-Men Black Vortex Omega. The end of Black Vortex is finally upon us. We shall see if it is worthy of anything. No, it's not. I don't know what. It's a slim chance in hell that they're going to throw something at me that I'm not going to see, and I'm going to go, oh my god, this is awesome. So yeah, but I'm going to suffer through it. Next up is Inhuman Special #1. I picked this up because I was like, oh, Inhumans, oh, special. Oh, wait, it's a part 2. I probably didn't pick up part 1 of the Inhuman Error. Apparently that's a human error, because I didn't read. I'll read it to see if it stands alone by itself, and if I care about reading anymore, then I care about reading more. If not, whatever. Sorry. Long weeks. Next up we have Captra, right? Captara, #1 from Image. Know nothing about this book. Haven't heard anything about this book. It's new #1 from Image. I figured I'd give it check it out and give it a read, see if it's entertaining enough to be back on the pull list next month. We shall see. Next up is a title that probably a lot of people are getting. Star Wars #4 from Jason Aaron. Really great stuff. Really enjoy this run from Aaron on Star Wars. Just solid book. Good read. Can't wait for the next one. Sorry. Oof. Man, I'm saying a lot. And last up is Suiciders #3 from Vertigo. I read #2. It was interesting enough to keep me going, but Suiciders #3 is out. So that's it for the stuff I was able to bring home. There was 3 titles that we didn't get enough copies of, so hopefully I'll get a chance to read it, but I'm not sure. And that is Black Widow number 17. I don't think I actually read the last few issues of that, so I might just pull Black Widow off, but I still like the title, so I'm kind of just trying to give it a shout out here to let you guys know it's out. The other one is Batman Arkham Knight, the digital first and then to print book based around the video game that's supposed to be coming out later this year. I haven't actually checked out the first issue or the second issue, but apparently digitally they're not all available. Like the first issue is gone. I don't see it. The second issue's there, the third issue's there, so I'm not sure what their plan of attack is with that. But we'll see. If you're reading it, let me know in the comments what you think of it. That way we can let other people can see what, your opinion is of it. If I get a chance, I'll check it out. Most likely, if I do, I'll probably just pick up the trade on that. And then Invisible Republic number 2 from Image came out this week. I really enjoyed the first issue. It caught me enough to make me want to read issue 2. So we shall see if I get a chance to do that later this week. That's it for the pull list. Again, I'm sorry for all the yawning. I'm exceedingly tired. I've had a really, really long weekend. I've gone back to the day job. We were off last week, but getting back into the day job wasn't back into a normal schedule. We're on a testing schedule for this new testing that they're doing that's replacing the STAR testing, the whatever, I don't know. But it's just messing up with my sleep schedule. It's messing up with all the stuff that I normally do. So yeah, just a lot has been going on. Again, like I said earlier in the video, I'm hoping to give a little kind of Big WoW 2015 review. So hopefully I'll get a chance to sit down and talk to you guys a little bit about what happened there. Yeah, that's about it. A lot of stuff's coming up soon. Be sure to, if you're watching this and you're local to the Bay Area, be sure to go on the Comics Conspiracy Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/comicsconspiracy. Ryan will be posting a thing about winning Avengers 2 tickets for Monday the 27th. And that goes from 11 a.m. to, I believe, 8 p.m. You'll have to do something, so just follow what the thing says. I'll probably retweet and share that post. But if you're local, you'll get it's kind of like a random drawing. And yeah, so you'll get basically chance to get some Avengers tickets for the premiere that we're going to on Monday evening. You'll get some swag, like posters, and I think a t-shirt and a bag. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you'll get some cool stuff. So yeah, be sure to check that out today around 11. Again, that's on the www.facebook.com/comicsconspiracy Facebook page. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. You can check out my content on conspiratorbrock.com. Currently, right now, it's been only pull lists, but hey, that's a place to watch them. There's a place to see an actual written list of what I get every week, and also there's links there for the digital versions of those, which you can get at the Comics Conspiracy digital storefront through Comixology. And you can also click on the Amazon links to get your stuff through there, and that helps me out a little bit, and I do appreciate those of you that do purchase stuff there. I didn't post anything about any questions to answer today because I'm just running a little bit behind and I'm really tired and I need to go to bed. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for those of you out there really excited for Avengers 2. Let me know when you're going to go see it down in the comments below. I will be seeing it Monday the 27th and again on Thursday night the 30th, which will then lead into Saturday, May 2nd, which is Free Comic Book Day. So hopefully you get a chance to go down to your local shop and they participate and you get some cool free comic books. I'll have a couple issues probably that I'll sneak on the next pull list for titles that are coming out that I picked up or that I'm picking up for next week. So be on the lookout for those Free Comic Book Day books. Other than that, thanks again for watching. I do appreciate it. And remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, pass the word around, that there's some weird guy that talks about his pull list and stuff like that. So, again, thanks for the comments down in the YouTube channel. It's great to see your responses. And yeah, I'm just really, really tired, so I'm going to end this, and I'll see you next week.